So with Trey Hendrickson potentially done for the year, looks like he's not coming back. What's going on with Shemar Stewart? So 2 weeks ago, he was put on IR. And obviously this knee injury, more severe than we originally thought, because he at least has to be out for 4 games. So he has to be out for the next 2 games. Bills game and Ravens game. And then he can be activated from the IR, which is a 21-day window where he has a chance to come back. But what's going on with him? Is he coming back? Is he not coming back? Because like Jermaine Burton, it seems like once he went on IR, all talk about him has gone away. And let's be honest, if Trey's not coming back this season, we need someone else to step up, and Shamar Stewart is our first-round pick. Well, based on what I've seen and based on what I've read, is it doesn't seem like they're too interested in rushing him back. Again, he is on IR, so he only has to be out for 2 more weeks. But even then, Myles Murphy has looked really good last week. Same thing with Joseph Asai last 2 games. And if that's the case, they're probably not looking to bring back Shamar Stewart anytime soon. Even when he was in, he wasn't like he was that good. And now Cedric Johnson's looking really good. And you have some of these, lower down the depth chart guys who are really starting to make a name for themselves. And right now, you have a team that got hot at the right time. And I know it would have been nice if we got hot, in the Patriots week. But we actually kind of did get hot in the Patriots week. It's just we didn't finish out that game. But we got hot at the right time because the Steelers are collapsing. The fans are booing, saying fire Mike Tomlin. You got the Ravens who are imploding on themselves. And then you got the Cleveland Browns who, they really thought Shedeur Sanders was going to win them every single game moving forward and get them a playoff spot, which is crazy. But you have all these things happening. And then you got the Bengals here who are now getting hot at the right time right before the playoffs. And honestly, based on what I've seen from experts and what people are saying, we look like the most playoff team in the AFC North. We look like the team in the whole AFC North who probably can be the most successful and actually go to the playoffs and maybe go far in the playoffs. If you listen to Skip Bayless, which I know, come on, man, it's like Crazy Uncle. Like, if you've seen the Christmas Story, it's like Cousin Eddie. I know there's somebody out there who's seen the Christmas Story, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, so there's people, who do believe in the Bengals, myself included. Sorry for that quick cut, but we are that team who I feel like right now nobody wants to play, which is a good thing. But again, it's not like Shamar Stewart was getting us to that point where we were that team with him. So I don't think there's any rush to bring him back. And I think at this moment in time, we're just rocking with who we are rocking with at this, moment. I would love for him to come back just because I want to see something out of him. I want to see if he can do anything this season. I don't think he's going to. But that doesn't mean he's a bust. And listen, I've been very negative on Shamar Stewart, and I know a lot of people have. Rightfully so, right? Because we expected greatness, and we got a Temu version of McDonald's. But what we see from Myles Murphy gives me a little bit more, of happiness and optimism for Shamar Stewart. Myles Murphy looked like a complete bust. He looked like a trash can on wheels bust. And this year so far, especially in the second half, he's looked a lot better. And he's looked like to a point where I feel confident that Myles Murphy can go out there and get the job done for us. So, we're not going to write off Shamar Stewart right away, right? We're definitely seeing one thing, and I think hopefully the front office understands. If you don't put up any production in college and you don't do anything crazy in college, you're probably not going to see anything your rookie season when you get to the NFL. Now, again, that's not always the case. Abdul Carter, in college, looked like an absolute menace, looked like one of the best in the game, and now in his rookie season, he looks like dog water. But you're probably not going to see production right away. And when you're a team who really needed this season to be your season to go win a Super Bowl, you probably should have took someone who was more like, ready to go type of guy, like Derek Harmon, who probably would have helped you out right away and been a productive player, rather than taking someone who's a project who's going to take a couple years to develop. Again, no shot at my Shemar Stewart here, but that's kind of how I feel like it's been with him. He's not a right now guy. He's a project, and that's why he was projected to go either first, second, or third round. He was not a consensus first round pick because he wasn't a polished product that a team like us, who we needed that kind of one player left launch scenario, it just wasn't the option. So it is what it is at the end of the day. We could have took Malachi Starks. I think he would have helped out our defense a lot more. Derek Harmon would have helped out our defense a lot more. Even Tyleek Williams, the guy that the Lions took the defensive tackle, I think he would have been a good option. But you can't change the past, right? You can't go back and rewrite history. You can't change what already happened. We took him. Now we have to make the best of it, okay? First, hold up. This picture, his eyes kind of look bloodshot, like he's high. I don't know why. I'm sorry, this is a random fact, but like, does his eyes not look bloodshot, like he's like, like on cloud 9 or cloud 15? I don't know why, but his eyes just look bloodshot to me. But anyway, listen, we'll see, okay? I'm excited to see what he does next season, but I think honestly this season it might be a wash. It might be done, especially if this knee injury is as severe as it looks like. I'd rather him just be ready for week 1 of next season rather than trying to force him back this season. And, he just doesn't do anything and he gets hurt again. Right? So I don't really want to mess with that. Also, we already know, I don't say judge a character, but we already know his focus and his place where he feels is most important, his principles when it comes to the NFL. He cares about money, and he very much cares about money. So, again, nothing wrong with that. It's a business, right? You should care about money. But now knowing that, I'd rather not rush him back and have him go out there and maybe play like a half-butt football because he doesn't want to injure himself more and potentially lose a chance at a second contract in the future. So, again, there's nothing wrong with caring about money. Money makes the world go round. Money's the root of all evils. But you got to keep that in mind that some players are going to make business decisions. Said many times with Trey Hendrickson, and it's going to happen here too. A lot more, I think, with Shemar Stewart because he's young. He's already been, a very vocal, I almost said leader, very vocal individual in the locker room with his comments about how the front office rather win, arguments than win, games. So he's already been very vocal about that, which, for what it is. But yeah, so tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one.